Alright, Rogue, so this is probably maybe like a record in regards to like the latest I've ever actually gone live with a stream. It's currently like, you know, about close to like, well, what am I saying? You guys can see it up there. Like literally it's 2:50 a.m. and it's probably about, well, alright, so that clock's a little bit behind. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, 2:51 a.m. So this probably like is about like a record on like probably like the latest I've actually gone live with a stream. Like I've gone till like, you know, 2 a.m. at times or whatever. I think I actually literally did that the other night with Ludo. But anyways, welcome in for episode 6 for Crime Scene Cleaner. The reason why I'm actually kind of late with this is because I just finished up a 4-hour stream for Chrono Trigger. Finally wrapped that up after like, you know, starting several months ago. You know, and the thing about it is obviously I would have got done with the Chrono Trigger a whole lot sooner if I, you know, focused on it every single day. But it was like one of those things where it was just like solely for my retro days, which is normally on Wednesdays. So I was pretty much only like playing it like once a week. There were some weeks I skipped, like, you know, where I didn't get around to playing it. Like last week, because normally I was doing that and Crime Scene Cleaner, and last week I pretty much, you know, was already running late then. So I basically just did the Crime Scene Cleaner stream then and just decided to hold off on the Chrono Trigger one. And what was different about, like, you know, why I didn't, like, you know, go on and do both of those that night, even though it was late compared to this one, is because on that night, we were doing, like, a Discord movie night, like, with some horror movies and all that. So, tonight, there was no, like, movie night. So, I pretty much had, like, you know, like, a free schedule to go on in and get all this done. And my thing is that, you know, at the very least, like, you know, since I do, you know, stream on YouTube as well, for those on the Twitch side of things, this means that the stream will be, like, available regardless. It's basically just gonna be like pretty much another video, like upload content on my channel, on my YouTube channel. But I know, like, you know, as far as the Twitch side of things is concerned, chances are there's like people that probably are definitely asleep and everything. I don't know. Probably asleep on both sides, but at the very least, you know, I want to kind of get around to, you know, apologies for like if I'm rambling. You know, it's kind of like, you know, the whole thing with like, you know, having a little caffeine in my system and all that, which I'm gonna go and like continue to say holiday creamy vanilla. I don't care. This is just vanilla Coke. Don't at me. Just put like a fancy little thing on and like say, hey, it's Christmas, it's vanilla. No, BS. That's just vanilla Coke. I don't care what you say. I don't care what's said. Caffeine aside, and y'all can just tell I'm a little bit hyper from it. Yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and get this stream, you know, done, cause I'm, you know, I'm happy with the fact I actually finally beat Chrono Trigger. So like starting like not next week, but because I will be going on vacation this coming Saturday and I'll be gone for a week. So starting not next week, but the week after, I'll be, you know, be able to go in and start doing my next, you know, game in my Castlevania series. I've done several Castlevania games on my YouTube channel. I've done Symphony of the Night, Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, Aria of Sorrow. And once I thought it might have been another one, I can't remember. But either way, the next one's going to be either Portrait of Ruin or, you know, Dawn of Sorrow, or like the Dominus Collection. So I'm gonna be doing that whilst continuing more Crime Scene Cleaner, like, you know, when I come back from vacation as well. And I got like some other stuff planned, you know, moving forward in regards to, like, some changes to, because I'm hoping maybe like starting like when I come back from vacation, I'll be getting back to my Bloodborne stuff. I'm gonna be like, you know, kind of like juggling that and The Last of Us, like finishing up, like getting through the rest of The Last of Us. And then once I finish The Last of Us up, I'm gonna probably like immediately jump on into The Last of Us Part 2, since I've never actually played that one. And I've got like other stuff I'm like, want to try to like, do on the pipeline, such as like working through the Darksider series, doing Alice Madness Returns. Just gonna be a matter of like, trying to like figure out like, when to do what. And I've also got like some little like smaller indie games I'm gonna be doing. As far as like, today's stream, so we'll still be doing 2 streams today as well. Just gonna have to definitely get some sleep first. But as far as like today's streams, what's coming next after this, I'm gonna be doing like the next episode for Liminal Core, because they did recently finally release like Chapter 5 for that. And alongside Liminal Core, I'll be jumping back into more of UFO 50, specifically for the Night Manor game that's on that. Because those who don't know, UFO 50 is a retro style collection of like 50 games you can get on Steam for like $25. It's got like a lot of like, really positive reviews. It's an absolutely amazing collection. And pretty much they have like a little something in there, like, each game, there's like a little something for everyone. They got like platformers, like there's literally like a little golf game, like a couple golf games. One's actually like a golf adventure thing. Welcome in, Snuggles. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing okay today. I mean, I know no one's in here. Let me get your shout out real quick. At the very least, if someone watches the stream, they'll still like say like, oh, hey, it's Shuckles. Let me go follow her. But yeah, it's definitely, I just gotta get through it all and everything. But I mean, like I said, I did a 4-hour Chrono Trigger stream, Rogues. I've been rambling right here. I apologize. I got a little bit of caffeine in my system. So yeah, but we're good for this. We are good for this. I promise you. I know my odds ain't around, but cycle 72. See if it works. Hey, I'm not too bullshit. Dang well that's supposed to work. That's the problem. I said Shuckles, not Snuckles. No, I'm giving you a shout out, especially because now this thing is not about like it's not about to get the best of me. No, I've been challenged by my own like bot now. It's like it's not Snuckles, it's Snuggles, dummy. All right, did we get it right that time? Oh, you were playing TCG Car Shop Sim. Yeah, April 17, my friend April 17, she's been okay, I did on YouTube. I don't even think you're on YouTube. I forgot because I'm using a my bot, like, it goes to both my YouTube channel and my Twitch and everything. So it shouted you on YouTube as well. But yeah, if anyone's on YouTube, if she's got an account on there, follow her. If not, well, make a Twitch account and come follow her on Twitch. I don't care. I'll come find you. I'll be up under your bed if you don't do it. But yeah, awesomeness. I can't remember if I followed you on YouTube or not. I can't remember if you have one, but I'll throw you a follow on there too. Support you and all that. But yeah, so like I said though, I'm obviously tired, but I'm good for this stream. I'm gonna definitely. I mean, I said like in the previous stream I was gonna get me some food, and I still ain't done that yet. But I'll be fine for this. I'm definitely gonna like nom me some popcorn chicken. After I wrap this one up. But yeah, it's gonna be an exciting lineup. As far as like what's coming and everything. As far as like a lot of stuff I want to get into. But yeah, I've been doing like a whole lot of 2 stream days lately, trying to get like a lot of this like horror stuff out of the way. Because again, like during the move, I had like a week I wasn't able to actually do any kind of gaming or whatever. So I was like, I really want to get back, I got to go back through and get caught up on this horror stuff. So I've been doing like a lot of like, getting through that. And that's the reason I've been doing like a lot of 2 stream days. So I can try like, because I said it was going to go over in November. And well, yeah. There you are. All right, so it's just Shuckles over there. All right, let me see. Let me see here. I'll go ahead and like get your file real quick. Just kind of killing time because I got the ad break I'm about to do. Okay, yeah. Got you over here as well. All right, so I got you a follow on there too. So, yeah. But yeah, if you guys like, again, it's, her name is just Snuckles on YouTube, but also it's on Twitch, it's Snuckles72. So you guys aren't following her, definitely go, definitely do so. Because that's basically how it is in Mask Alley. We try to, like, support each other and everything. We try to, like, even when I'm sleep deprived, run the graveyard shift here and everything. Yeah. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get, cleaning up, some blood and everything and dealing with what's likely to be my boss's annoying daughter and all that. For anyone who saw, like, the Valley Girl thing I did, like, in the last stream, Brave stuff's going to happen again. But anyways, yeah. I'll see you guys in about 3 minutes. Ad break's about to start. See you guys in 3 minutes. All right, guys, I'm back now. So yeah, make sure y'all have like your little close to an hour of like ad-free viewing for that one and everything. Let me see here. Yeah, I got a new movie trailer. Not a movie trailer. I was trying to figure out like what you're saying, like the movie trailer. It might be because I'm late and sleep deprived. I was trying to figure out what you were saying, Chuckles or Snuckles. So, you see, I'm botching your name. I'm sorry about that. Like I literally like botched it, like when I did the shout out, and I'm doing it again. But yeah, oh yeah, Predators. Okay, yeah, you talking about, yeah. I'm actually really kind of curious about that. Cause speaking of, like, I was Alien vs Predator, I was considering, cause I don't want to dip into my vacation money, but they have like the Alien Rogue Incursion or whatever, like the non-VR version of it, and I want to eventually play that. But people are saying like it's only like 3 hours because it's like it's a 2-part campaign. But eventually, I would like to stream that for this channel because I absolutely loved Alien Isolation. For those who like horror, who maybe never like played Alien Isolation, I highly recommend it. Like when I was like doing my playthrough, I just like having referring to the alien as Alan. I mean, it was my second time ever playing through, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out the trailer. Cause I do know that when I go, fucking mannequin, I keep forgetting it every single time. Hang on, I'm trying to remember which one was Ice Cold Bobby's. Beat for Bobby. Hold on, can I actually listen to it again? I can't. I wonder if I actually got it, I still say the whole Ice Cold Bobby thing was absolutely hilarious. I even represented the Chrono Trigger things. It was like a couple of enemies, like a couple of robots with microphones. Like, okay, which one used Ice Cold Bobby? For those who watched, like, I think it was like the second episode of this, if you know, you know. It was like a very, funny moment. But yeah, so like I said, because I'm gonna be like, I'm going up to the when I go and hang out with Emerald 17 and and her partner, Rocket Nachos. So when we go out there on Saturday, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be going to the movies. Because last time I was up there, we went and saw the Minecraft movie, which is how I got like the little TNT popcorn bucket back there. So don't know where we're gonna be going and seeing this time. I know that like the day before like they bring me back home, we're gonna be going up to going to an amusement park. It's my first time going to an amusement park in a while, so it's gonna be interesting doing that. I think she said it was Carowinds. And I think it has, like, the world's tallest and fastest Giga Coaster. So that's going to be interesting. I ain't been on a roller coaster in a long time, so. Anyways. We're going to read back through these. Alright. Elena. Alright. Hi, Dad. Lately, I've been feeling a bit worse. It's frustrating how weak my body feels sometimes. I have to stay in bed all day. I need to rest more to get back on track, but the doctors say it might take some time. I miss you a lot and really wish I could come back to be with you. Come home to be with you. I know I need to recover first, though, because they won't let me leave otherwise. But I'm strong. Wait for me a little longer. Can't leave Dexter hanging. Love you. So we're going to go ahead and... I'm going to play the part again, Rogues, for those who missed it the first time I played this. Because, I ended the stream literally just taking the piss out of this whole thing here. Because I just immediately read, I was like, okay. So, you're not going to hear me do a Valley Girl accent too often. And I'm sleep deprived here. I'm going to try to do this the best I can, like I did the last time. Just bear with me. Hi, I'm Amber, Big Jim's daughter. I need your help, Mr. Kowalski. So there was like this party in my place, and we had some brand new cool drugs to make things fun. But LOL, that was some dope shit, and everyone went kind of crazy. Like somehow I fell asleep, then just kind of woke up, and everyone was dead. Like it's like whatever. Will you help me out? Dad said you probably should, but no pressure. It's a summer resort my daddy gave me, and I don't want any trouble, By the way, dead bodies smell really, really bad. Like, gag me with a spoon. Do what you have to do. Burn them, dismember, dissolve in a barrel, throw it into a river. I don't care. Just make sure nobody finds out. I'm already gonna tell you, I know for a fact she's gonna annoy the hell out of me. That's the reason I just, I just took the piss out of it right there, because I know I'm about to probably have, like, a mission where she's gonna probably be like, if you don't do this, I swear I'm gonna tell my dad. And he'll see to it that you never, work in this town again. I'll just bear with her. Y'all ain't gonna hear that too. Like, after the night where I'm never gonna do that again. I haven't even taken a job yet. I know she's gonna make me mad. Right, I'm about to quit. Like, look, dude, I'll take death over dealing with your daughter any day. Mr. Kowalski, look, save it, all right? Your daughter's a bitch. I don't normally use that word too often, but I know she is gonna annoy me. I'm expecting that.
It'll be a long night.
I agree with you, Kowalski. I agree. Welcome to Loud Valley. You see? And it fits.
Amber. Who would have thought? Like father, like daughter. This whole party didn't even really seem necessary.
Yeah, like I said, I wanted to maybe see if I can do 2 missions. I'm going to do at least 1 or 2, because I do want to eventually actually get through this as well. I know they added 2 more missions to it. Oh my god, of course everything's got to be pink. Let's see.
Let's get this party started.
Let's get it started. Ha! Oh my god, I'm going to go in here. I swear it's going to probably be like, you know, like Kirby swallowed me or whatever. Okay. Jesus Christ. What the hell happened? Probably let us know tomorrow. Yeah, no shit. Even the lights are pink. Yeah, all right. I'm too sleep deprived for this shit. I'll deal with it in a minute. Okay, no, hold on. No, I'm turning that music off. All right, spare me the Jersey Shore shit. Damn. Got a headache already. It's been like Pauly D to come in, like, you know, fist bumping and yell out the cabs are here or something. All right, so can I? I'm curious. Can I actually play beer pong? Totally not how you play it, but whatever. I don't care. What in the? You know how this go when he's just probably jumped off there and actually did it with no water in the pool. All right, whatever. I'll say this is my down payment. I don't think it's sideware. I mean, this is a pretty cool looking house and everything, but patient unlock. I didn't go over there. I see. What is the deal with them constantly run? You know, this is a freaking crime. All right, this right here. If I go to one more place and find out that they, like, you know, run a damn good pizza or whatever, I'm gonna, like, be... This makes no sense. Unbelievable. I mean, in case y'all... for those who don't know, I'm kind of a pizza connoisseur. So, whenever I'm like Sanji from One Piece, like, when I see pizza on the ground or whatever. You know, I get mad when it gets wasted, even if it's digital. Yeah. I've got so many questions here. What the hell happened here? I agree. All right, baddies. Hang on, hold on a second. What? Okay, first off, girls, he's acting weird. What is he planning? Sweetie, I have no idea. We can all write our thoughts at the same time. 1, 2, and 3. Unsent messages. Def gonna propose to you. Huh? What? Whatever, alright, y'all. Nothing makes sense in the text messages. I mean, maybe I'm just too sleep deprived. I don't even know what the hell that was about. Okay, that can't be good for your back. Come here.
Burned to a crisp. She must have been caught in an explosion from the campfire.
My problem is why did the campfire explode?
Holy moly. What were they cooking?
Bodies. Apparently. I mean, here's the deal, dude. I mean, there's like so... Never do that again. All right. I don't even know where to start, guys. I mean, for real. I mean, things I've had some weird ass jobs in this game so far. I mean, I mean, well, not really weird, but some interesting ones. I mean, we literally like had like a guy like who, triggered a trap house. Trap house, wrong thing. A smart house, wrong kind of house there. To make it seem like it was haunted. A whole pizzeria and everything, but now it's like just. It's like a fusion dance of like an episode of Dexter and Legally Blonde here. I don't know. All right, well, I guess I can start. Oh, hang on. I think they did this on purpose. They made the layout here like where you have no idea where to start. I mean, I guess we can start with the campfire since it's closest. Probably a good idea. Get all this rearranged. Can I use two? All right, at least oh. Okay, I like how he's. All right, that's pretty cool. Because I actually got this last stream. I haven't used it yet. So I got the dual sponge. I like how he's kind of holding them. That's pretty cool. All right. All right. Well, first, let's see what we can clean up with trash here. Like once I kind of like start getting getting going here, I'll figure out what I gotta do. I don't know. I mean, like this whole area is just like a massive clustercluck. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know like what happened. And I mean, and her words are probably like it was a banger party. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I mean, banger is right. Okay, I ain't tested this mop out yet, but what all do you need me to clean on this? Oh, fuck. All right, hold on a second. It's not coming clean. This thing I got. All right, wow. How's it? I got like 2 sponges, whatever. Rogues, this definitely is gonna be a long night. I'm gonna laugh if the sun comes up and I'm still doing this job. I mean, it's 3:14 a.m. Because I'm usually a night owl anyway. Like around this time, I'm normally up, like kind of like just like binging on One Piece and stuff, like binging anime. But again, like I promised 2 streams and everything, so that's what we're gonna be doing here. And let's be real, I've been excited to try this job. Or then again, I just get like happy like just playing this game in general because I do love this game. But I know like they have like because I mean I've just kind of like because like for the longest time like Wednesdays is like pretty much like a cozy day for me. So like originally I was doing a lot of Power Wash Sim until I basically did that and all the DLC I wanted to do for it. Like literally the only thing I didn't do for Power Wash Sim the first game was the Warhammer DLC, and alongside that I was doing Arcade Paradise. And for the other cozy stuff I've done TCG Card Shop Sim, a little bit of it. And I want to do the Water Park Sim game, but the main one that me and my friends are talking about doing is Power Wash Sim 2. And there's that Kaiju cleanup that Kaiju cleanup game that's supposed to be coming out. And I know that's gonna definitely probably take up some of my time, but I just just kind of I just love how this game is. Again, it's a dark game, but it still manages to be cozy. You think like stuff like murder and crime scenes wouldn't really be. Project Power Wash. Oh, is that like a Project Power Wash? So it's not Power Wash Simulator. It's like it's another one kind of similar to it. Yeah, but like I was saying though, my friend Amberwolf17, the one's kind of a regular on here. I know she's been doing TCG Card Shop Sim or whatever. So since you've been playing that, Girls, he's acting weird. What is he planning? All right, so apparently it's like it's all their messages at the same time. So we have an idea. We can all... I'm not saying it again. Unsend messages and he's seen someone else? Or write our thoughts at the same time. Okay. I get what they're doing now. So apparently they all doing a group thing. And it's like one was saying Merritt proposed to me. One was he's seen someone else. That's the thing about this. There's obviously story to this game, but they do leave stuff you got kind of connect the dots on is that what's going on. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what all happened with that one. I think mission like that the father sent me on, like to try to like save his daughter from like the abusive jackass, but who ended up being, well, not really. We found out he was like more than just abusive, but definitely like someone that had a punchable face. But yeah, can I collect this? This apparently it's like showing that. And let me actually look up what you were saying. Project Power Wash. Let me look that up real quick. I got a few seconds. I'm not seeing like a Project Power Wash. All I'm seeing is like stuff for Power Wash Simulator. And if you got a link to it or whatever, I mean, I can't remember if I got like links like where people can like post links in my chat or whatever, but let's see. I think also like I said, I don't know if it's just I'm like I'm a little tired, where it's just kind of throwing me off a little bit as well, but I'm gonna get through this job. Like I said, I said I was gonna do like either one or two jobs. I'm probably gonna like just do this one. Yeah, one of the key issues with this right here is that like this like blends in so well, so I have to keep on using that because I can barely see any of it. Probably should have upgraded my my sense a little bit more, but I can always like do that next after I complete this mission. But I've got like a lot of my base skill stuff, like everything I use. I never really used detergent. It's kind of I guess like something I carried over from Power Wash Sim, because I never really used like I think there's like a few like little small times I did use soap in that game. All right, let me go ahead and just use the wax on, wax off. All right. There's that one. I mean, outside all the murder, I mean, this spot actually just does look really cozy. You know, the stars look really off, but it might actually be because I had like the graphical settings down a little bit. But true to it is, like, as I've said multiple times, guys, I've kind of like discussed previously, what if scenarios and if I've actually made as a content creator. And I've never really had like a whole mindset about living big. It would be awesome, like, pretty much to, somehow like, reach a point where I'd get like, hella ad revenue and donations and stuff like that, and just basically be set as set as far as like, living is concerned. But I've honestly always just like looked at like if I ever did get to a point where I just was able to have like, like a, just a roof over my head, a car to get me from point A to point B, and just food in my mouth. That's all I really would, care about. Maybe just having like, of course, like money to kind of get like more, cool stuff in my room and all that, more collectibles and everything. More games to entertain you guys with. But I've never really cared about like having anything like extravagant, like, anything like, like a fancy car or, big house or something like that. But, this right here is, yeah, Power Wash Sim 2, yeah. And if you never played Power Wash Sim 1, it's amazing, but Power Wash Sim 2, I'm just happy about because that one's actually gonna have like 4-player co-op. I've heard like they've had like some issues with like the co-op actually working. And also I noticed like the Stitch right there. You can't really see him because he's like, he's next to Jack. But I actually do have like a Stitch plushie on my door over there, like where Jack is. And you can't really see it, but he's right there. But I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I've always just had this whole mindset where if I just had like a place, it'd be awesome to just kind of like have like a, just roof over my head and be in a position where like I can just like have like little regular nights where like, I have like my friends can come over. We have like bonfires, pizza, watch horror movies on rainy nights, and play multiplayer games, board games or whatever. I'm not someone who's like really heavily materialistic as far as like things I'd like to have. It's as long as I've got a roof over my head, and I'm, just living you know, decently. I mean, I don't want to care about living lavishly, just like, you know, just decently, comfortably to an extent. But, you know, anything else that could happen alongside that would be a bonus. But I really just look at, like, you know, this area right here, it makes me think, like, okay, this would be, like, just awesome, just kind of hang out with people here. But I'm also someone who looks at it like, you know, if I just had, like, you know, just a nice little small, like, you know, house, you know, where I've got, like, enough space to just stretch my legs and just, you know, live, you know, without really feeling cramped. And I can just invite my friends over and we can, like, just have little nights of just eating pizza, watching horror movies, hanging out with a bonfire and all that. That's mostly just all I'd really give a shit about having have happen. You know, I've seen, like, you know, there's people that kind of get into this and they're just all about, like, you know, just trying to be the next big name or whatever. And I've always looked at it like, I don't care about being like the next Markiplier or next PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye or anything like that. I just want to, you know, continue to be the first me, you know, and I just, like, wanted to be like, you know, whatever, like, you know, my supporters think I'm worth, that's, you know, my mindset on it. You know, I continue to hope that I am good enough, you know, as far as, like, you know, for, like, support and everything. And
Come on, it's already filming.
what the hell are they filming?
Fuck the steering wheel, come on.
Don't try this at home, kids.
I thought when he said, like, at the steering wheel, he was being literal about that. I was like, huh? And the tricycle is funny, considering what I shared, like, you know, as far as the collectible I had come in. I showed it on my social media, like my Instagram, as well as, like, you know, my gamer profiles and everything, guys. It's funny that we got a tricycle here. That's hilarious, considering, you know, I showed off that I got, like, you know, my little Billy the Puppet from Jigsaw. Or from Saw. I actually got this in the mail yesterday and everything, and so now we see, like, a tricycle. The first thing I'm thinking is, like, I want to play a game. But, I mean, the game played his ass, apparently. And, like, you can just see, like, you know, those ass cheeks just got broken. But, yeah, it's, like, yeah, that's what I was saying, you know, it's... You know, I feel like too many people getting live streaming.
Under the influence.
And God knows, back when I streamed on Mixer, there were so many people there about that. They were getting on there, and they were, like, you know, just growing really quickly, because a lot of people were just, like, getting on Mixer. They were playing Fortnite. And with Mixer, it was, like, an Xbox focal site. You know, it was being owned by Microsoft. And so mainly it's like there's a lot of people that were getting on there, streaming from their Xbox, playing Fortnite, because obviously with it being owned by Microsoft and it being so Xbox focal, you had, like, a lot of the Xbox kids on there. And of course, and this is back when Fortnite just came out. It got so viral, and it was always like a thing. Like, I'd be streaming, people come in and play Fortnite. That was like what they'd say, and say PC or Xbox. So it's basically a bunch of, you know, a lot of the viewership was from people from, you know, these Xbox kids who only, like, cared about seeing Fortnite and basically trying to look for groups. And there were so many streamers that were pretty much, you know, jumping on that, getting partnered from it, and then getting big heads about themselves. And I've always tried to stay grounded. You know, I'm someone, like, you know, who grew up, you know, getting enough, I guess, but also still things could have been, like, a whole lot better. Like, you know, I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, and
No littering.
like, I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland,
Litter.
or, like, at very least I spent, like, you know, the first 10 years of my life there. And you know, it was kind of like this whole thing where I was, like, really sick back then. Like, contrary to all, like, the gym selfies I post and everything, and the fact that I, you know, can literally, like, yeah, I actually deadlift 400, like, you know, plus pounds at the gym and everything. When I was a kid, Rogues, I mean, I was, like, very sick. You know, I was in the hospital a lot of the time. I was, like, it was a lot of respiratory stuff. I don't really talk about this too much, but when I was born, from what my mom, like, tells me or whatever, I basically was practically born dead. My heart had stopped, and they had to revive me. And it's kind of like one of those things where, you know, I think back on, like, you know, where I used to be, and I guess it's one reason I've been, like, so hell-bent on trying to get myself in a better place, but I also haven't, like, you know, lost track of, like, you know, what it means to be human, and hoping that I can use my platform to try to do good by others over time. You know, I'm thankful I've had, like, a platform where I've been able to do charity stuff.
Time for a bag swap.
And, let me throw this out. Like, been able to do charity things. And, you know, it comes with, like, you know, me, like, being open about, like, stuff that happened, like, years ago when I was on Mixer, where I was mob cyber harassed. I've been, like, open about the whole situation, and how I actually had to rebuild. I used to have, when I was on Mixer, I had, like, over 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 followers. had like a pretty nice little community that was growing, and a very evil person in their community just destroyed all of it. All because there was like a few people I used to be like friends with on Mixer that got partner, got big heads about themselves, and thought they could walk on me, and I stood my ground, and I ended up getting like, well, there's a whole blog on my website that details a lot of it, guys. But the thing is like there's just so many in the streaming community I've seen who have treated like this as, career first, hobby second. And yeah, I do want to make a son of myself as a content creator. That's a very prominent goal of mine. But I haven't lost sight of who I am in the process, and I damn sure haven't lost sight of who my viewers are in the process. It's not just about numbers to me. I want to grow. But it's just, I just kind of feel like, life's too short to really like, be extremely materialistic about things. So I've been like getting really deep in my thoughts like lately in my streams. Like when I was doing Ludo the other night, all the since I was getting about death or whatever, that one got me, really kind of got me talking about stuff. Because I finished up Ludo a couple nights ago, or actually now I'd say yesterday. Yeah, because it was like the last stream before Chrono Trigger was my Ludo stream, and I did that like basically early yesterday morning, or like when the sun was still down or whatever. I kind of forgot. Like I'm sleep deprived, guys, so sorry for rambling. But yeah, when I finished Ludo up, regardless of like when it was, I basically say Wednesday morning, like around probably maybe like 4 a.m. Yesterday morning that I actually did finish it. But I was like, that was a game that was like about death and about like moving on and everything. I was getting like, and I was kind of like being really personal about stuff there. But the point is, streaming at the end of the day, no matter what, is still should be seen as a hobby. And it's obviously, it's nothing wrong with like, trying to shoot for like big goals, but also just make sure that as you guys like, continue to try to, look at those goals, try to chase those goals, never lose sight of the fact that your viewers are people, not just numbers. And without them, those goals are just a dream. And I think it's just like a very redundant concept, for people like, get into streaming and have this whole mindset where they just treat their viewers as numbers.
That's why you shouldn't do suspicious drugs. Or any drugs for that matter.
And drugs are bad, okay? But, it's, that's just kind of like how I've pretty much always looked at streaming. Yeah, I've tried, it's, like I've said, I've met some very horrible people in the streaming community, but that hasn't steered me away from it because I love what I do. It's the thing is, when you get into this kind of like, when you get into like in the streaming, you gotta have tough skin. I mean, it's something, I've literally, just kind of put in perspective as well. There's a whole situation I've been dealing with. I did like there's a community post on my, YouTube channel where I kind of like address the situation again. And admittedly, without going into full details about it, I showed like, sides of myself in the blog that I don't like, really showing that much. But it's just kind of like, when I try to be nice, try to be civil, try to be calm and laid back like I am on stream right here, because I always want to have that environment where people can come in and feel safe. And, like, I try to like, this whole like, air about me where, people can come in and I like to look at it like it's just trying to create an air. My viewers are just like, it's almost like they're sitting on the couch with me, watching me play video games and just talk about stuff. Make like a bunch of bad jokes while I'm, sharing my gameplay, my love of like, video games, and everything I get really geeky about. But in the blog, I said some things like from a place of, I went like, really, kind of like below the belt on things I said to someone, and I just broke that. But it's just kind of like in a sense of, when you've dealt with a situation for months where someone's like done some really stupid stuff and they've also targeted your friends. Yeah, I kind of go, I care about my friends a lot. And so I kind of get a little protective. And when like someone is doing something where it's basically bringing like a lot of toxicity to the streaming community, I get like really defensive. I'm a YouTube partner and I try to like really embody that. And trying to be like a voice, for like, streamers, hopefully, even though I'm not like a big name, but someone who basically, people can come to for advice on streaming, even though I'm not like where I want to be. But I'm also someone who's like quick to tell someone that, if they're going to come to the streaming community, like being toxic, they got a long way to go when it comes to content creation. If they end up like and in the end, like being like toxic individual is just gonna get you like it's not gonna get you respect. You come in like trying to be entitled and like you're owed everything. People will see through it, and it's just like what I was talking about, like with the people. We don't discuss. Sorry, Bean Boy, but but location isn't something that's discussed on my streams. It's for the sake of protecting, everyone, viewers and streamers aside. Let's see. I gotta like try to like get these things. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of like my outlook on stuff. It's people shouldn't treat streaming as a competition, and they definitely shouldn't treat their viewers as just numbers. I'm playing the full game, Karen. All right, let's see. Yeah, this is like my sixth episode, sixth stream of this. Yeah, I'm doing the full game of it. Hope you're doing okay tonight. All right. Yeah, I know like after I finish the stream, I'm definitely gonna get me some food because again, it's 3:30 a.m. now, so I'm kind of tired, but I'm also hungry. Not gonna lie, I actually thought I was gonna hear more from the boss's door, but I just haven't went outside yet. I've been doing like a lot of rambling. So eventually we'll get inside the house, Rogues. I think like the devs did this on purpose, like made it where this is gonna like be a like it's just stuff's going all over the place. I'm still like trying to figure out what the hell happened here. All I know is drugs were involved, stuff blew up, and someone apparently peed themselves, like instead you should imagine like he peed, slipped and fell in the pool. I mean, maybe that's mustard. Maybe no, that's not ketchup. And we're kind of using like some hindsight 57, like on that. That was fucking terrible. But yeah, the joke's definitely gonna be like a bit. I mean, sometimes like when I'm a little bit tired, like my jokes can be more on point. But I also know my jokes are very hit and miss. Wait, hold on. What that? I mean, I don't know what it is, but I got it. It's mine now. I'm still trying to figure out, like, what happened here.
Like that.
I'm just, like, want to imagine that like, the explosion went off, sent them flying across the yard, and they just, like, somehow, like, slammed into this and just tilted it. It's a comfy looking, like chair, though. Yeah, I mean, this whole sponge akimbo thing right here is... Hang on. Yeah, so we got like 86% trash here. So at least we got like a good bit of the trash up. But also it's like they're throwing like red herrings out here. There's like all this stuff all around. Like stuff you can't pick up. And I guess it's like just kind of like something I needed tonight, just because I played through Chrono Trigger, and that was like, considering like I had basically, had to do a like, bit of a boss rush on that, and I was honestly like worried I wasn't even gonna be able to finish it tonight. This something I definitely need to kind of like just de-stress. I mean, when I was playing like Chrono Trigger, it wasn't really like bad stress. It was kind of like obviously, things I'm not really like the best out there when it comes to the RPGs at times. I don't really play them too often. But it was kind of like in a sense of, I guess it kind of like was like a bit like, not really the best stress. I mean, stress isn't normally good anyway, but because like I pretty much got to the point where I got to like I knew I was at the end of the game, but I got like some boss. I realized they were basically like making me fight a bunch of bosses without being able to save, and then they had me against the big bad boss, and I thought I had like do all that because I knew I had multiple forms going in. And I thought I was gonna have to like, you know, fight the entirety of it without like, you know, any kind of save points. Thankfully, they gave me like one after I beat the first form. I was like, okay, now I feel a whole lot better. But it was kind of like more from a standpoint of I wanted to get the series done, and it was kind of like just worried I was gonna be letting people down if I didn't actually, you know, finish it. Because like something I kind of like, you know, get pressured by sometimes with streaming when I'm playing a game. I'm trying to like do a series like, you know, perfectly, or like without as like much with as little backtracking as possible. And you know, because I don't want my viewers to have to sit through like repeated like, you know, attempts at me like doing something. Like I know those that are definitely there for like, you know, for me or whatever, and not just the content are gonna understand. They'll stick around regardless. But I just don't like, you know, force people to like, you know, kind of sit through stuff that's repetitive. All right, so what we got going on here? Well, at least everything's starting to look clean. Let's see. All right, let's see what's going. Yeah, again, like the way they designed this map, whatever, is like there's just so much all over the place. You're trying to figure everything out, and the balloons like don't really help because you can't pick the balloons up. They're not trash. So I'm getting thrown off by that a bit. All right, so move the furniture back to its place. Let me go and see if it's inside. Because if it is, they'll. Okay, the party house. It's outdoor. Well, I can work with the pool. Okay, at least like this is like getting clean. Like, shit. Don't you talk to me and squeak? I feel like this game probably would have been cool as a multiplayer game, but I can understand being single player just from the story standpoint of it. But like I said, the kaiju game, like the kaiju cleanup thing, just because I love kaiju number 8, for those who haven't seen the anime, it's definitely like one of my favorites. But also it's just because I grew up on Godzilla, so like anime or like a lot of stuff kaiju related, I'm probably gonna like, you know, try to jump on it. Because I mean, if you guys, in case you don't notice, I got like a bit of a Godzilla shelf back there. Yeah, I love Godzilla. And also another thing I showed off yesterday was like my new Destroyer figure I got. And that's one thing I'm also gonna be doing when I go on vacation while I'm up there with my friends. Gonna do a little pop figure hunting, see if I can find any more Godzilla figures. But yeah, because they have like a line of like pop figures like pop figures coming out I think like next month of like, you know, a few like Godzilla characters sleeping. Like there's one of Godzilla, gonna be one of Space Godzilla, and one of King Ghidorah. But I also know like some people on the Discord server were like kind of expressing interest in us possibly doing like some Godzilla watch parties. Because we've done like a lot of like watch parties lately, and like, you know, throughout October we're watching horror movies like Lamageddon. One of us introduced other people into the server. I was like, okay, we're gonna watch Poultrygeist, and I went into it realizing it was a trauma movie, and anyone who knows what that means knows exactly what wavelength I'm on. And that movie was an experience. I'm not gonna go into it on here because I'm not gonna explain what was going on with that movie. But yeah, we watched like Lamageddon. We did like Poultrygeist. We watched like a few of the Nightmare on Elm Streets because there's a lot of people on my server who hadn't actually watched anything with Freddy. And we also watched like one of my favorite horror movies, which is Trick or Treat. What the hell? Knock it off. Visceral cleanup detail. Yeah, I have it, but I've never played it. It's something I actually was considering like trying to get some of my friends into. But I know which one you're talking about. Visceral cleanup detail. Yeah, haven't played it yet, but I do have it. Okay, hold on a second. Quit it. Thank you. The keg's cursed. But that is one thing I've kind of like noticed. There's like a lot of like, you know, pretty cool like. Yeah. I mean, but I'd recommend if anyone.
I had $1 for every time I have to clean blood out of a pool.
No, he ain't wrong. I think like in this game we'd have like what, like maybe $3. But yeah, for those who haven't actually played Power Wash Sim, I'd highly recommend it. The DLC for it's amazing. Like I've got like the entire series for it on my YouTube channel. I think it's like it's I believe it's probably past 30 episodes. I can't remember. I can't remember how many episodes I did for Power Wash Sim. But the only thing I didn't do in the game was the Warhammer DLC because I'm not really too versed on Warhammer. But you know, I love the Shrek one. The Wallace and Gromit one was really fun. The Alice in Wonderland one, like yeah, I love like the details and the colors on that. That's one reason I'm excited for Power Wash Sim 2 because in Power Wash Sim 1, the career mode was only 2-player, but for 2, it's going to be 4-player. Yeah, I need to do something about the water here. Yeah, this ain't helping. I was like, I don't really play cozy games too often. Because I do consider this a cozy game, you know, because it's like, you know, even though it's crime scenes, I mean, let's be real, this is definitely a cozy game. I don't really play them too often. Like, this is like a thing I only do on Wednesdays. Like I said, I've done like Arcade Paradise, which is another one I'd highly recommend for those who may grow up with arcades and everything. That was a fun one. I did Power Wash Sim, did a little bit of TCG Card Shop Sim and everything. I kind of want to get back to that. But yeah, my best friend, Amber 17, you know, she's been playing it on her channel. Yeah. I mean, it's just definitely like, you know, because I do like a lot of, mostly what I usually focus on is like a lot of story-based content. Like, you know, games like, you know, before like spooky season came in October, I was doing Bloodborne. I need to get back to that. And today, because I'm definitely going to be sleeping after streams, I got like 2 more streams lined up today. Going to be doing more Liminal Core, because I've done like some backroom style games, Liminal Core, like most recent, chatted for that recent release. I'll be doing that one. Like I said, UFO 50. For those who never played UFO 50, that's an awesome like game compilation. You can get on Steam. It has like 50, 50 games, and it's not like short like little demos or whatever. Like it's like 50 games, and they're all like, you know, full length for what they are. And like I think there's even like one on there. I think it's like supposed to be about like probably 30 hours long. And I'm gonna be doing like one called Night Manor. One of the games, you know, is Nightmare. It's actually a horror game that kind of like I guess harkens back to like point and click style adventures like Uninvited and Deja Vu, I suppose. So, but I can promise you guys, like when Saturday comes, I'm gonna be taking a break. I'm gonna be taking my break from streaming for a week, and I'm gonna be resting. Because between like the move recently, me moving to this new house, a lot of other stuff that's gone on this year. Because for those who don't know, like I just recently moved into this place I'm in now, and I had to move because where I was, I literally like had like neighbors that live next door. Like I kid you not, within like 15 feet of my house. Like the house was like right next door. There was only like a driveway between my house and theirs, and constantly, pretty much every day and every night for months on end, like since last winter. Like it was like horns honking all hours of the night. You know, they had like teenagers that were like running up and down the streets, like yelling and everything all hours. Like, and these were like, you know, teens that like thought they were in like a gang or whatever, but just out there basically just being like a public nuisance. It was, you know, I wouldn't wish like what I went through on anyone. And like I said, it was bad, like to the point I had to move. Which area I'm here now, occasionally don't hear horn honking here and there, and the neighbors right down the street, like a few houses down, have like this dachshund that never really shuts up. But other than that, it's been much more peaceful. I've been sleeping better, and I definitely like it here. But it was like, you know, it definitely like something that was like weighed on me a lot, like physically and mentally. Because when you're going to the gym like 4 days a week, you know, doing like weight training and cardio, you know, you need to rest. You need to kind of like rest up in between. And so when you're not getting sleep, it wears down on you over time. And I was dealing like a lot of injuries that, you know, I sustained because not being, you know, trying to go to the gym, not running at 100%. And so, moving like definitely helped with a lot of that. You know, like I said, I'm in this place now where I feel happier. I feel like, you know, I've been able to get rest. But I've still like pretty much been needing to kind of like, you know, get some time off, because I did like take time off from streaming and move, but wasn't really much of a break per se, because I was still having like, you know, move houses, get the stream room set up. So I was still like very busy with all that. So at least like, you know, when I do get, you know, go on this vacation, it's going to be legitimate, actual, proper rest. And so hopefully when I come back, you know, to you guys, like, you know, like after the 16th, you know, I'll be full tank, you know, ready to hit the ground running. And I mean, because my sparks definitely come back. I was like showing like a lot of stress for months, you know, for a while. Like it was like affecting my content, but you know, I've definitely been in better spirits. I feel like my content's improved. I've kind of got that spark back. I've been more upbeat on my streams. And, you know, my delivery's been a whole lot better on my commentary. But, I've still, like, definitely been in need of, like, just trying to, like, you know, kind of mend a bit more. I know it's going to take time. But I'm obviously, of course, like, very thankful for those who have, like, stuck by me through, like, everything that's gone on. And, you know, kept me going. That's the reason I say, like, I'm grateful for my viewers, you know, and I don't see, you know, my viewers as numbers, because there's been so many times that the people who have supported my channel have kept me going through, like, a lot. And I'm not going to forget that ever, so. And this has been, in 2025, I've said multiple times, it's definitely probably been, like, the roughest year of my life, and that's no exaggeration. Again, there's, like, you know, stuff that's happened, like, recently, you know, past few days. I did, like, an update blog on my website that I've got a YouTube community post about, involving a particular individual that I'm not going to, like, you know, give the honor of, like, saying their name on here. I already did, like, I did, like, a vlog, you know, not long ago on my YouTube channel addressing the situation with them. And so that was, like, a video vlog, you know, kind of, like, you know, explaining the situation that was going on. And what I did, like, a couple days ago was after they pretty much admitted to the stuff they did, you know, to me. And I basically had, like, you know, an answer I did to it. But again, you guys go check my website. I'm not going to be bringing it up here because I'm on the clock now. I basically just kind of, like, you know, just ran the situation by you guys, but I'm not going to go full detail on it because this is y'all's time, not just mine. All right, but at least now we're kind of getting some things going. We're getting rid of the trash, 95%. I'm definitely starting to get more tired now. I guess it's kind of like, just like, I guess I'm feeling more comfortable now that I kind of, like, you know, got a lot of that off my chest. You know, kind of got, like, a lot of things out to you guys. Fudge. What about you? You want a break too? Pow. Just go and get it out of the way. Alright, where's this go? These kegs have still been a bit of a pain trying to get them up. We're trying to yawn so much, guys. But it's just kind of like, you know, it's kind of came out of nowhere. I should know, like, this is done once I can fill the pool up, which it looks pretty clean now. I think it's good. So make sure, like, stuff I gotta move around. This don't belong in here. This doesn't. Throw it down easy. Okay, just keep everything inflatable. Oh yeah, you definitely don't belong. Okay, looks good. Also, it's gonna be an ad break in about 8 minutes, Rogues. For those on YouTube, I'm basically talking about the Twitch side of things, but I do, like, take a break, you know, on both, like, you know, sides, obviously. Like, I would basically do a BRB, so that way no one misses anything.
I need to clear the way first. Something is blocking the way.
This block. Really? Oh my god. This bottle's trying to be a menace. We good now?
It won't move like this.
That's not what it was. Okay, never mind. So it wasn't the bottle. Is it like, you know, just I need to clean it or something? Oh, I was in the way. Oh, hardy har har. Okay, at least I know where the chairs go now, so. Okay, at least it's looking better now. Bodies aside. Alright, remember how to use my wheel. That is not it. Yeah, tab. I think, alright, yeah. Okay, at least the trash is almost up. So there's a little bit more we gotta get. Alright. Let's get the chair out of the way first, and then we'll go from there. Where's the chair? Sorry, guys. I promise I wasn't throwing up or anything. I mean, it might look like it. Nah, I just, little burp. How unbecoming of me. There we go. Alright, first off, I'm still wanting to know, like, what in the heck they all got into. That's like just the comedy behind this. Like, you see these scenarios. I did not know I could pop that. I ain't gonna lie, that kind of scared the shit out of me. That was unexpected.
First things first. Gotta scrub, scrub, scrub.
There we go. Now can I move with all this stuff on it?
It won't move like this.
Whatever. Alright, can I move it now?
I need to clear the way first.
Oh my god.
Something is blocking the way.
Whatever. Oh. I thought it was like a little step ladder. That was the guard. Oh, that was the rail.
Something is blocking the way.
Oh, for the love of... That's on me. Alright. Like I said, like, once I figured, like, I was kind of like, you know, once I kind of got a little bit of a flow going with things or whatever, it's going to speed up some. But again, it was also because I was, like, talking to you guys about it a lot, so... There's that. Where do you think you're going? Alright. I mean, like, all this stuff, like, thrown all over the place, it just seemed like a bunch of Jedi just got drunk and they started, like, force pushing everything. That's not that bad. Alright, so... It says, like, 99% of trash is done, and we got, like, a good bit of the furniture. Wipe all the blood up. I'm concerned. Wait for it. What the? Oh my god. Why do they stuff everything? Okay, they got way too many damn inflatables. It's like, do you want any water in your pool of inflatables? Or do you want any water with your inflatables? Whatever. Didn't really hit that well the first time. Definitely didn't. Okay, look here, pizza. There's too many spears. Too many balls.
One's never too old to have fun, huh?
Get out, Plucky. Alright. Rubber Ducky go down the hole. Anyone who watched Tiny Toon Adventures knows that what I was talking about there, but... Like Plucky, I don't care. I think it was like green, or maybe it was blue. Dabba dee babba da. And they got way too many floaty things. All right. We're good on that now. So let's see. It said clean up the blood. Oh, what's going on here? Locked. That's concerning. Pretty sure I'll probably find a key to be able to get in there. Yeah, it's gonna be an ad break in about like a minute and 20 seconds, Rogues. So just giving a heads up. Alright, let's see. It said clean up all the blood. I don't know. Well, maybe this counts. That's it. No, that's the cabins. That's not it. It says like wipe up all the blood. Yeah, that's inside the house. I'm not seeing like where the blood is. At least I can get the rest of the trash.
Can't pick up anything with a full bag.
Good thing it ain't full then. What are you talking about? Yeah, sorry, we gotta put this step back. Here we go. Yeah, you have to do it in order, right? That's where I messed up. Alright. So if I'm right... It's not quite all of it. Alright, guys. Ad break's gonna start, and then I'm gonna, like, go and get back to this right after that. So give me about 3 minutes, and I'll see you guys soon. sorry about that. It took me like a few more, like, a little bit more time than planned to kind of get back right there, but I'm back. Kind of like, got up, stretched my legs a little bit, tried to, like, shake the cobwebs out, because again, I'm 4-hour stream for Chrono Trigger before coming in and doing this one. And I'm definitely gonna need to get some fudge. I'm definitely gonna, like, need to get some sleep, because again, it's gonna be a 2-day, it's gonna be a 2-stream day later today. Not to mention, like, also going to the gym, so. Like, one of the reasons it was actually possible for me to kind of like stay up like this is because Wednesday is normally like that's like a day where I'm off from the gym, like where I don't go in, it's like a rest day. So that's the reason why I normally, like, this is like my, like, trying to collect my thoughts. Usually, when it comes to, like, streaming, my schedule is pretty much just like on Wednesdays, that's like the only day of the week where it's a mandatory for me 2-stream day, but otherwise pretty much every other day is like just 1 stream. And the reason I've been doing like 2 streams constantly is because I was trying to like get caught up on all like the horror games that I missed out on, like, while I was moving, like, because I do like a yearly month of horror throughout October. And so I've been doing like a bunch of 2-stream days, trying to get caught up on that, and it's definitely been exhausting. But if I had gone to the gym, well, what's now yesterday, I would definitely probably had the energy like to be up this late. All right, let's go ahead and like take the, yeah, that's right. That's, I forgot about that. I had like a trash can or trash bag I didn't like. All right, Kobe. Fudge. Or this says like 97, so oh, you little. Oh, no, he landed in there. Okay, never mind. Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta put like the rest of the crates, like the kegs up. I swear, if these, like, these... Okay, well, there's that chair, at least. We needed that. God damn it! I fucking... This might be, like, time I can go and tell you guys, like, I'm someone who... Like, sudden pop noises... I mean, I don't really have, like, a whole lot of phobias, per se. Outside of, like, having automatonophobia, so I'm not really a fan of mannequins, animatronics. One reason I haven't really been able to play, like, too many of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. I've said before, but another thing that kind of gets me is just like, I hate balloons. I don't really talk about it too much. It's just like, when I used to work the Haunted Trail, they'd have like little like celebration things at the end of the year, and we'd have like, I think it was like, the Haunted Trail. I know there's like a few different occasions where they had like balloons out there, and then also even at times at birthday parties, if I see someone walking around with a balloon, I'll kind of tense up. Because just like it's just that concern, like that sudden, but then it's just probably like just like standard thing with anyone. Okay, 99% of that. Wipe with the blood, still 97. All right. Collect evidence. So it's still got some evidence. So chances are where the evidence is might be where the, yeah, I'm just trying to, like, figure out, like, what is amiss here. Hang on, there's something on the ground here. I'm just hoping it's not like that. Because I feel like, if the pool wasn't clean, they wouldn't let me fill it back up. Here's one of the kegs as well. Okay, we got 2 more kegs we gotta find. I just don't know if like any of them are inside the house or where they are. I mean, I guess if they were partying, there it is. Yeah, I didn't even notice it before. All right, grab that one. Just gotta kind of go in here and look and see if I can find this last thing I need. I feel like the keg will be in the kitchen. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I'm having a hard time like finding the rest of like what I need. Or we need there's like one more keg and maybe like in one of these cabins out here. The other one was over here near it. Let me run back and see what there is. Okay, yeah. There's the keg at least, but I know that's not gonna like help me out with like I guess one way to do it. Alright, so go ahead and at least get the keg over here so I can get that out of the way. So it doesn't help that we still got a little bit of blood left. Alright, that's gonna be the furniture, so that's gonna be done. So okay, that's out of the way. So we still gotta like, you know, collect one more piece of evidence. Wipe up the blood. Which so I feel like it says 97, so there's gotta be like, you know, a spot here where there's like a good chunk of blood. Or a good like, you know, a good puddle of it. See, this is the cabin, so we know that this isn't where it is. That explains it. I didn't know. They probably did that on purpose. I didn't expect you to actually turn around and look. Okay, we're good now, guys. All right, blood's done. All right, what's in here? Crossbow.
You should leave hiding the evidence to trained professionals.
That might be the reason that guy's on the wall in there. Okay, then. It's like the duck in timeout or something. What did he do? All right. So... Alright, let's see. If I use like the... I think like if I, you know, have this right here, it'll kind of like, you know, highlight the trash. It's probably like... There it is. Okay, that's done. Before we go inside the house, let's go and check this out. Everything looks mostly clean in here, if I can gather. Which is, but what about up here? See, now this is definitely swanky. Wasn't this door locked? Okay, yes, that's how we got in there. Jesus. It's getting worse and worse. Alright, let's, going... Oops, sorry, darling. Alright, come here.
Another one. They must have blown all over.
There must have been some explosion. I'm just, like, wondering, were they actually... what? Like, I got so many questions. I probably don't want answered. Guess I'll put you in here too. Okay, so over here. Hang on, let me go ahead and get the Mr. Bucket. All right, let's get like the spot right here clean, because I'm going to go ahead and like, you know, continue to like just definitely get, you know, focused on this. That's not how you... What the hell? Oh, well, at least it cleaned, but... Hopefully next time I play this or whatever, it'll be like with a lot less sleep deprivation. Why I get feeling that it's not gonna be done with the tricycle. Okay, that seems pretty clean here now. Yeah, food's definitely gonna taste good. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, for me, like, food always tastes great. Like, after, you know, I've done like some streaming marathons. And that's kind of like how it is with anything. Like, food's always gonna like taste good. Like, after you've I guess, like, you know, when you kind of like, you know, just done like, because total this is gonna be about like yeah, I've been live for like, you know, total about like 4.5 hours now. Or like, or not this one, but like more like 5.5 hours. Yeah, between this and the stream earlier. Which is by no means like the longest, like, you know, I've done like, you know, with 2 streams like in a short period, but. All right, let's see here. Pick this up. Bang. Girls, he's at, all right, whatever. Maybe this MF wants to dump you. Okay, that's like, you know, 2 on the end or whatever. Basically, like, there was basically speaking like he's cheating or wanting to dump you or whatever. And there was only one that was like speaking for him. Where I find like someone actually, you know, like intentionally triggered the explosion. Blow the guy up or something and blow up everyone else. I don't know what happened. All I know is like it's. Jesus. I mean, I just try to figure out like, how does this happen? A big ass slice of pizza and but secondly, you know, y'all stop wasting pizza. Son of a bitch. You want me to watch your back too? There we go.
It won't move like
Oh, yes,
this.
it will. I don't know what you're talking about. That thing's moving. Okay, Floor, you're next. I'm definitely gonna try to make this is definitely gonna be like one of those streams where I'm not gonna doze off like midstream. That has happened to me before. I can't remember like what game I was playing, but I know there was like one time I was playing a game and I outright it might have been Dragon's Dogma, I think. I know there was like one game I was playing, or Dragon's Dogma 2, where I know like there was a game I was playing, I outright, you know, just started falling asleep midstream. I had to catch myself. Ain't happening tonight though. Worst I'm gonna get from me is yawning. Yeah, I think I'm probably like definitely like after this I'm gonna like, you know, air fry me some popcorn chicken and some sweet potato fries. And I'm gonna like, you know, just watch me a few episodes of One Piece and I'm going to bed. Think about being a night owl or whatever. I mean, it can be a blessing and a curse. You know, at night is like, you know, you just want to have like some of my best thoughts and like in thinking, you know, as far as like thinking about stuff and everything and plans for the stream and my streams. But just sucks, like, you know, just at times like I've always had like very sporadic sleep cycles, Rogues. So like sometimes I can sleep like peacefully at night. But other times I'll be like, you know, be up all hours, unable to sleep. So I'll just like kind of like just read or just watch anime or. But another one thing that did help me that I actually picked up recently, so it should be here today. When I was like Hang on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. All right. But yeah, I'd like to kind of step away for a second, but everything's good. All right. So, anyways, are we good? Do I have like clean up the pizza box? All right. Like I said, food's definitely gonna be good after the stream. Definitely sounds like a good idea. And the power washer probably would have been good for this too, but hang on. What was the button for it? I'll just do this. Much better. See, I don't really use the lights that much. I mean, that's the thing. I didn't really bother with the getting the flashlight. That would be something that would kind of make things a little bit, easier. But I feel like, we use the points for other stuff. Okay, there's definitely some more here. Turn this around. Oh, God. Okay, screw it. Where's my power washer? Then we can kind of expedite this a little bit. See, and I really probably should have been using the ozonator or whatever. Is it called ozonator? I feel like I'm getting like names of some of this stuff wrong. Yeah, ozonator. I finally got it right, because I mean, I know I botched the name before. Oops. Listen, the only thing I'm not really too keen on is that this definitely isn't as refined as like the one in Power Wash Sim, but I also understand, like, obviously they're doing like different things with this. It's not going to be like as good as the Power Wash Sim one, because this is a game where pretty much it's mostly like your mop and other tools you're using. So like the Power Washer is like, more supplemental instead of mandatory. And definitely does like help with like cleaning stuff at a distance. Okay, looks good. All right, put this over here. Okay, look. Wait a minute. I was expecting this to be like absolutely messy, but I kind of got lucky there. And I continue to say every time I see these tubs in the game, I'd love to have a bathtub like this. If I was to have any luxury in a house or whatever, regardless of how big it is, I'd love to just have like a bathtub where, you know, I could just like kind of like just stretch out possibly, especially like after, you know, like a length, specifically, you know, rigorous session at the gym. I'm just gonna just stretch out with some Epsom salts. All right, I'll just leave that right here. If I have to come back for it, I will. Well, hang on. I think, can I just put it? Okay, never mind. I can always come back for it. Okay. What else we gotta clean? See, we gotta get into that cabin right. Oh yeah, that one's a mess. All right, that's how we got in. How we get in there? Chop, chop. All right, since we're close to the water, Miles, go ahead and fill this back up. Might need this in here. Hold to collect. I just wish you can kind of like do the same thing with the what's it called? Yeah, the light. You can like pick it up in a similar fashion and put it away. Carry it with you. All right. Might be a good idea to go back to get the light. Well, then there is one right here, so I'll take it.
Were they really working here? You shouldn't mix alcohol with ladders.
Okay. Go out through this way. The thing that concerns me is there's still so many bodies left. There's like, you know, gonna be another 4 bodies after this, so I'm just kind of wondering like how big this place is. Oh! That just sounded painful. He was dead when I did that. At the very least, alright, so... Is there any goodies in here? Because normally when they have like stuff like... Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's one way to get through the job.
Alrighty. Let's keep checking this, make sure they ain't got anything buried here. Any treasure. Okay, there's the other evidence.
Guys, we're so drunk right now. Perfect time for a podcast. So freaking drunk. You can't really work while sober. You're so smart, dude. I love you, bro. Tommy, what happened? I'm coming for you.
Never in a million years I would have guessed what happened here.
I still don't know what happened. Only thing I know is like, you know, like people got drunk or whatever. We got like, you know, the Hangover, the Dexter edition. So she is like they didn't ever actually wake up like, you know, to ponder what happened like, you know, last night. Well, Somehow the water was still in there after it landed. That's quite the trick. Whew. Yeah, I'm definitely like I'm making sure I stay awake here, guys. I mean, I'm not gonna fall asleep on y'all on stream, but okay, I think that's good for that. Alright, get rid of the trash. Let me put this right here and then go back into the trash can, make sure I didn't miss anything. It'll light up. If there's anything missing, it'll light up. Filling out the boxes. I guess we're good here. Hold up. Oh, you. Alright, never mind. Alright, looks good. What about over here, though? Alright, yeah, I think, yeah. Hold up. I guess, like, all this doesn't really count or something. Yeah, I'm picking up trash that doesn't actually, you know, that doesn't count. Wait, was there an upstairs in there? Because thinking about it... Uh-huh. That's what I thought. Yes, he fell off the ladder, so I gotta figure out how to get up there. Probably gonna do some parkour. Or not? I mean... So it must be something I gotta move. It's probably what the boxes are for, you know? Maybe not, because they're not sturdy enough. See, realistically, I was just like... You know... Use a chair or whatever. I don't know. There's gotta be a way to get up there. I know I can't jump from the balcony. Yeah, this is, how do I get up there? See, I can't see. What I would do is I would like get this and try to see if I could like use that as a ramp to go up, but hold up. There's scaffolding over here. And that's back inside. But there's a tree house. Or like, okay, or not tree house, but a ladder. Alright, so I'm gonna... Alright. It's like so much stuff in the way. I might just need to take the power washer up there. I don't know if I'll be able to take, like, the bucket up with me. I can try, but... Alright, we're good. Alright.
And here I thought I've already seen everything. Are you an angel? Because you fell from heaven.
Ew. That was horrible. Alright. Oh. Yeah, he landed awkwardly. Which, I mean, as much as that was, like, very disrespectful.
He's literally falling for him.
Oh, shut up. Well, takes some skill to make someone land like that, but okay. Jeez. Yeah, it's a good thing I bought that bucket up here with me. Because I'm guns to need it. Okay. So this is 6 and 7, so it means like the other two bodies are gonna probably be inside the house. I mean, we already know. Fudge! Well, okay, whatever. Power washer it is. I'm not going back down there and getting that. At least not yet. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna do a little bit something better. I'm gonna go back down and get it, but beforehand, I'm gonna go and bring...
Hello there. This room will...
Let that kind of, like, you know, get all that, like, softened up. I'll go and refill this and try to get it back up here. I hate that that happened. I feel like, I swear this game's, like, trying to spite me because it knows I'm sleep deprived. Yeah, do your thing. And be quiet about it. What you... Get over there. What the f... Oh my god, go. Oh. Okay, yeah, it sounded like a broken neck. Not like he felt it, but... Okay, going to get these guys... Like I said, I'm doing this to kind of get, like, the Ozonator, like, a chance to do its thing. Because that'll make, like, the blood easier to clean up. I really just need to try to maybe start working, using it a little bit more. Take your time, why don't you? That's where the physics in this game are, you know, hilarious. Okay, I know the body didn't just get up and walk off. Where the hell did he go? Okay, where's the body? Alright, now this ain't even funny now. I know damn well that yeah, whatever, kid. What the fudge? Okay, where'd the body go? I mean, I'm tired, but I ain't blind now, or am I? Oh, there he is. Maybe I am a little blind. I don't know. There we go. Get your ass in there. Oh. God damn it. Like, I ain't got time for this now. Get in there. Alright. So yeah. I did fill that back. Hang on, let me. Yeah, it's inside the thing over here. Then once we get back up there, at least like, you know, the blood will be like a lot easier to clean. Okay, good for you. I'm coming up, alright? Jeez. Okay. Need that right there. See, every time like I try like use the, because I accidentally like I'll knock it off with the mop. Okay, yeah. See, yeah, now it's going a lot quicker. I can't remember if I got any more upgrades I can get for the Ozonator, but I probably need to look into it. Let me try the power wash to see like how well it works now. Oh yeah, that's better. I like one thing, like just like, you know, definitely kind of realized I was definitely spoiled with, you know, like in a power wash sim, was like the whole thing where you can kind of like stand in place and do like that. Like, you know, you basically, the camera wouldn't go back and forth just like, you know, the washer would. I missed that. Cause I'll pretty much just sit there and like, instead you like move your whole body, like your character would just like, you know, just use the move his hands. Shit. And I just noticed like the when I dumped the bucket out there by accident before, it definitely like, you know. Is it done? Okay, yeah. Yeah, welcome in, Della. Yeah, I'm definitely burning like the after midnight oil. It's 4:42 a.m. So apologies if I look like I'm a little tired. I just like finished up like a Chrono Trigger stream a little while ago where I finally finished Chrono Trigger for the first time ever. It was a 4+ hour stream for that. But yeah, this is my first time playing through this, and I've definitely been loving it. So I'm excited. Like, you know, I know they have like, you know, 2 new levels they added. But yeah, it's just kind of like my way of unwinding after like the Chrono Trigger stream. Hope you're doing okay today. Or whatever time it is, like, you know, where you are. Okay, this looks good, I think. I hear you. Yeah, I definitely gotta like, you know, go in and like probably because before I get some, I'm definitely gonna be sleeping. Like I got another 2 days, a 2-day stream ahead of me, or 2-day stream. Shows where I am. 2 stream day ahead of me. That's the word. Because I've got like, as I've explained a few times in the chat tonight, I've just moved recently, and every year like in October I do like a month of horror games, and with me not being able to like stream during the move, I'm trying to get caught. I've been doing like a lot of 2 stream days. That's the word. To try to get caught up on the horror games I wasn't able to play then. So, you know, this isn't a horror game. I just like, you know, on Wednesdays, that's the only like day like throughout October where I still kind of stick my usual stuff. Though Chronically Clear definitely does kind of fit the spooky vibe. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be getting some rest because I got like Liminal Core and UFO 50 to play today, and also I'm gonna be going to the gym. So yeah, but probably like as soon as I finish this stream, I'm gonna be like I told the chat, or at least people that are awake, they're still here with me. I had like explained that I'm pretty much just gonna like get me maybe some popcorn chicken, some sweet potato fries. I'm just having some food, and probably like just sit down and watch some anime and then crash. But I'm definitely gonna probably like go ahead and like before I do that, I've got like some Twitch clips, that I'm gonna like definitely probably like make into some shorts. That's one of the great things about like like I love about like how Twitch is made things a little bit easier to make YouTube shorts. You literally can just like they got like it set up to where you can set the vertical stuff up on Twitch and then just like immediately export to YouTube. So that's how I've been putting like up like a few shorts here and there. And I got like a few, especially like for me like playing The Other Side recently, which is an awesome little like ghost hunting game that me and like my friends have been kind of playing more and more of. And I dressed my character up just randomly like the Kingpin. I got like a few other clips that got like we definitely want to get posted on YouTube. I appreciate you, Della. I try. I mean, I was definitely kind of like talking with like people earlier, explaining like stuff about my streams and everything, and how like had like a lot of stuff going on lately that's definitely been emotional. But I always try to make sure that when people come in, I try to just give like fun vibes. Just try to like give like a place where people just come in, hang out, talk about nerdy interest, and hopefully enjoy each other's company. That's one thing that always like makes me happy. I mean, even though it's definitely like late here, or well, early-ish, late-ish, so a lot of my usual people aren't here right now. But whenever like I look over my chat and see like my viewers just like over there just chatting with each other, having a good time, enjoying each other's company, that means like for me, that's me taking pride in like what I've try to accomplish with my channel. And it definitely kind of like gives me like makes me feel like some semblance of the community I used to have back when I streamed on Mixer before I was mob cyber harassed and ended up losing everything because like evil people spreading rumors and all that. It makes me feel like I'm actually getting like some of that community back, and I'm thankful like for every moment I get to see things like that happen. So anyways, trash. Where's the trash? Do I have like the boards like I like cut up or something? I don't know. Yeah, this has just been like I've been having fun just kind of decompressing with this tonight because again, I'm making trash now. Well, hold on. Is that actually it? It was not. It's gonna be one of that kind of trash. The one I can't see anywhere. Okay, so it's got obviously it's over here in the. I ain't gonna lie, guys. Definitely enjoying this mission, but I'm just ready to get done with it. Just because again, I'm tired. So I definitely don't want anyone thinking I'm not enjoying this. I obviously am. I've been like right here just chatting it up with those who will listen to me like doing my sleep deprived, somewhat caffeine fueled ramble. But for now, your kind of goals. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, that's what I've always tried to strive for. Like I, was saying, I mean, basically as far as like another situation I've been dealing with, I did a post on my YouTube, on my, in the YouTube community post, I think like yesterday or day before, I can't remember. Everything's been so wild. But I kind of like explained like a current, like a situation is being ongoing. Definitely like kind of like had me like, saying things and showing a side of myself I definitely don't bring to my streams. Like this is like the real me people see. that I just like, I try like, you know, be chill, try to be laid back, try to just have a good time, and you know, hopefully just give, I try to like get my viewers like a place where they can feel safe, welcome, and just can come in and just have fun. But there definitely are some people who have brought out like a more feral side of me, I guess, to where I've had to like address things and assert myself, assert my place, and it's been pretty hard recently, like trying to kind of like keep it together. But I just keep reminding myself, like, you know, of how important this is to me, you know, and that there's those who believe in what I'm doing, and that's worth, like, you know, continue to try to be my best at, you know, for all that, regardless of like what others have done to try to like make things more complicated. I'll just kind of put it like that. Let's see. Yeah, all right, so we did this. It's, yeah, there's like some trash over here around the cabins. Could it be in here? And this definitely like was one of the bigger missions, though. I agree with you. Anything in the fridge? I'm saying as if I could actually eat it. I mean, I'm hungry, but I mean, obviously. I hate yawning on stream. Sorry about that, guys. And also, there's gonna be like an ad break on Twitch in about 8 minutes, Rogues. So just another heads up. Because I know it's not these bottles. I know it's not the ones inside. But at least we're almost done, all things considered. I just gotta find this. See, I keep going back over, knowing dang well there's no trash over there, so it's gotta be over here. Wait, hold on, did I check this one, or is... First off, that's mine. Right. I'm gonna laugh this is the last. I know it's not gonna be, but it'd be cool if it was. 98, so... Should be like, what, one more thing? I'll take that. Thing is, I named the stream on like Twitch or whatever. I was talking about like my boss's daughter is annoying. I haven't actually really heard anything from her. As I did like the whole Valley Girl accent earlier or whatever. Just kind of like, you know, just take the piss out of it and all that. Which is the second time I've done it because I did like at the end of the last stream of this. But I honestly haven't heard anything from her. Let me check around the left-hand side, because, I mean, again, it's just, this is one piece. What the I swear, that... Okay, it didn't actually catch it. Like, I thought it was like a piece of metal, but it was like, yeah, it was a balloon popping. Where is it? It's probably gonna be like something very stupid that I probably like overlooked multiple times and like walked right over and not realized it. By all accounts, it should be just like one more thing, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. As I'm like just walking around, just like clicking the mouse on everything and anything I see, just hoping I'm just gonna pick it up. All right, so I'd say it's probably not in there. All right, so we know it's like over in the cabin area because I'm like, I want to get my 100%. I wonder. Eh. I swear, it better not be the duck. Because normally, like, that would have been it. Like, they would have treated the duck as trash for whatever reason, but... Is there something in here? Really? Well, okay, at least that's done. So now we can go in here and wrap this up. Might as well go, hang on, let me go and get this stuff real quick. Yeah, I know I was saying I was possibly gonna do like 2 missions a night. No, this is like the only mission I'm doing. Yeah, but I think like what I was saying earlier, because I actually kind of trailed off because I forgot to actually talk about the rest of it. Last time I went up like to go hang out with Amber and Joe, like Joe had like a weighted blanket and they let me like use it, and it was like some of the best sleep I've had. So I actually, you know, ordered my own. So I'm definitely gonna be taking that up there with me on vacation. It's supposed to be arriving today. So I think that's one that can probably like definitely like start helping me sleep better as well. Because for those who never actually had a way to like use a weighted blanket, they are actually kind of amazing. Because it's kind of like true what they say, in that it definitely does kind of make you feel like, you know, you're being hugged. You know, so it's like the whole like I guess like kind of like a facsimile of like someone actually, you know, hugging you, and that's like you kind of like feeling more, you know, comforted or whatever. Don't know how it works, but either way, the point is it actually helped me sleep better. So. Shit. Okay, what? No. Okay, first let's put that away. There. Okay, anyways. Um. Hmm. And the okay, I say that, and the bucket's literally out there. Did I pick up the power washer? If I came over here. Okay, at least all right. Well, it wasn't a total loss. I did need to get the power washer. All right. So yeah, in about another 2 minutes, Rogue's is gonna be an ad break. Just letting y'all know. Okay, now let's go on in here and get to work on this. But then, like, I'm gonna go ahead and get like the bathroom out of the way first before the ad break. I got like 1 minute and 58 seconds, so neck's a little stiff too. It's probably just because how long I've been sitting in my chair tonight. I should be able to quickly like clean this up before the ad break. Oh yeah. Okay, I think it was just paper. I like I just cleaned it and I didn't have to like, you know, have everything out there yet. All right.
A rave full of dead people. A raveyard.
Boo. All right, I'll go ahead and do the ad break now, guys, so that we can go ahead and like get on, you know, in on this without like, you know, just go on and get through it, and hopefully I'll be able to get all this wrapped up, you know, before I have to do another ad break. So, anyways, give me 3 minutes and I'll be right back. Also, I'm gonna take time to go get me a soda as well, so I can kind of get a little more caffeine in my system. Anyways, give me a few and I'll see you guys in a bit. guys, I'm back, and I'm gonna reiterate one more time. I don't care what they're trying to label this as. Holiday creamy vanilla, that's just vanilla Coke. I'm gonna keep on saying that. And also, I was actually, just kind of like get a little more of a caffeine boost or whatever. I was gonna kind of dip in my chocolate bar I got right here. Hershey's Symphony is like one of my favorites, like particularly like the one with like the almonds and toffee. But I kind of forgot about something, so might have like a slight boost, Rogues. So I might be a little, if I'm kind of like, if I get like a little more upbeat during this. I forgot that I actually had like some tiramisu cake in my fridge. So it's made with like espresso and all that. So I kind of like had like a couple bites of that, or whatever. So I might have like a little more of an energy boost to get me through the rest of this. So yeah, a little caffeine, a little bit of slight, like some tiramisu cake. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up, huh? The thing is that, as far as like the cake and everything is concerned, also the chocolate, I don't like really have sweets as much as I used to, because, me going to the gym and everything, I'm still someone to definitely, I'm not like, I don't have like a completely, 100% clean diet. I definitely could eat better, but I also could be eating a whole lot worse. Like, mainly I kind of like, getting like a lot of stuff, of course, like tuna. That's like one of my main ways I get protein, but, tuna, chicken, and I have like, like particular, brands of protein bars I like that are like, definitely like, kind of like, got decent macros on them and all that. I eat like a lot of Greek yogurt, but I also definitely, kind of indulge in my fast food here and there. Like I had Hardee's last night, but it's not, like I said, I definitely don't eat like, fast food or anything as much as I used to, or sweets as much as I used to, but, I know I'm definitely going to be like, kind of like, going in and eating pretty good, or eating like, having my fair share of like, food that probably may not be the best for me like during the vacation, but I mean the whole, as my friends put, like it's vacation calories. But I know as soon as I get back from my vacation, I'm gonna be hitting the gym again. Like so, like each time I've went there and hung out with them, I've made sure as soon as I got back and I get back to the gym. Which honestly, each time it's like I really gained like a whole lot of weight or anything. With like eating, like. Because usually when I go up there, it's like, we go and get ramen, pizza spots, things like that. Because Amber's like partner, he does like a lot of traveling, like, for events and everything. Like, basically, I guess it's like, they go things like NASCAR, that he's done stuff for WWE as far as like, getting like lighting and sound and everything set up. Her partner, he's like very intelligent. And, so yeah, Rocket Nachos, you guys see me stream with him or whatever, he does like a lot of this stuff. So, say he travels a lot, so he knows like, like pretty much, he's basically, guru when it comes to like travel snacks and things like that. And, and good places to stop, for eats and everything. So I know that when I go up there, where we're definitely going to be going to some, nice, spots for food. And you guys are definitely, for those on my Instagram and also on my YouTube and everything, you're probably gonna end up like, getting like, some food pics and other stuff from the vacation, of course. I'm gonna be taking like a lot of pictures. So you'll be probably getting like, like food pics like pizza, ramen, and wherever else we stop. I'm also just curious about like what kind of food they're gonna have up at Carowinds. As far as like, snacks are concerned, or like as far as like, eats up there, like, the amusement park. My thing is, I mean, my take on it is that whatever it is they have for food up there, the amusement park, I don't care. As long as I can get me a funnel cake, I'll be happy, because I love funnel cake. Again, I don't really have that as much, there's obviously, of course, there's not really anything like, carnivals or anything that much to come by, around my town as much, but that's usually when you'll get funnel cakes. But, there's like, because that's in the haunted trail I worked. They actually had like a little food stand out there, and they did funnel cakes, like, caramel ones. And I remember, I think like my first year out, it might have been my first year out there. Or like it was something that was like basically I was wanting a funnel cake, and I said I'm determined to get one, but I was always back there working, doing the haunting. Was never able to do so. And I remember, I think that was like one time, like, you know, I was back there doing my thing, and one of the owners, like, you know, outright pretty much, you know, just brought me a funnel cake back there. Oh, what's that? Oh. I'm just... They were trying to do William Tell. And the tragic comedy here, or the bad comedy in the fact that they actually did hit the apple. I'm guessing... What's worse about it is that did that happen after the first shot?
That was a bolt move.
Shush.
Are you satisfied now, Robin Hood?
Okay, I got one more body after this. So yeah, I'm just trying... Very least, I guess, like, you know, one other plus that, like, have that little bit, like, it wasn't even like a big slice of tiramisu I had, I just had like a little chunk of it. But everything, I guess, is like the little, like, I mean, once I finish this, like, the sugar crash or whatever, at least I know that's gonna help me sleep, I guess. Not like I need help. What the hell?
He must have tried to sleep through the pain.
So I'm guessing he shot himself in the ankle or something. What? I just like how it seems like he's getting progressively worse. The further I go in, it's like, what in the hell happened here? All right. All right. Let's wrap this up, rogues. All the bodies are cleaned up. Let's finish this.
I need to clear the way first.
I mean, I'm getting a little more pep in my step, knowing I'm getting,
Clean it first.
knowing I'm getting, like, you know, close to finishing this. Yo, snag your drip, because the Atarak's about to yeet us on a cosmic riz. Get lit, because we're getting all just started. Sheesh. Okay, there wasn't enough, like, yeets, dabs, or, Jesus Christ. Yeah, leave it like, you know, these freaking gen whatever, like, you know, create like a whole language of what the fucking is. Anyway, what the heck? Okay, well, at least they didn't say skibbity or anything like that. I feel my brain rotting just trying to read that.
Need to empty the trash can first.
Let's put it out there. All right, let me see. I'll take that. Again, I'm wasting a perfectly good pizza. I hate you guys for that. Do not waste good pizza. I keep sounding like Sanji off One Piece when it comes to pizza. Because I'm kind of like that with food anyway. Damn it. Got me again. Oh, now they're wasting lemons. Right. Okay, apparently I can't, like, pick up the lemons. Okay, whatever. Alright, trash is good to go. Alright, evidence. Yeah, I totally could use some of that right now. I guess I don't need any of it, because again, I need to sleep. Like I said, I like, if you hold the button down, like, while he's, like, bringing the sponges out, he'll basically, like, clean them, like, with the force or something. It's hilarious.
So-called party trick.
Okay, that was pretty cool. I was able to get that without dropping it. Alright. More evidence. Who cares? Tomorrow, lots. Who cares? Where are you, mate? Hey, man, now listen, this ain't some weak shit. Hey, man, this is some new line of product. It will fuck you up. Okay? Okay, yeah.
This answer certainly explains itself.
So what, were they on bath salts or something? I wouldn't even be surprised. I guess that's, like, the whole explanation of it. Like, this, literally, like, the whole concept of it all is just, like, they were on, like, some kind of drug that just had them just doing, like, some Florida Man level shit. Like, it's just, like, the more you look at it, it's like you're trying to figure out what in the world happened here. And I think it's, like, it's not supposed to make sense. I mean, there's, like, there's a few missions where I try to piece together what happened. This one's, like, just don't question it. I mean, like I said, it basically just seems like it's kind of like, just a more, like, macabre version of The Hangover. It's just like we're missing, like, Mike Tyson and his tiger. And, and a missing tooth and... I did that knowing dang well I was probably about to end up, like, breaking those, There we go. Ay, ay. We're getting it, rogues. We're almost there. Alright, let me go and throw this out before we get out of the way. I don't know about Flamingo, but you gotta go. I'm about to messed up my joke. I don't know about Flamingo, about the Flamingo. Whatever. It's not better in my head. Get in there. Alright. Probably can't put this back just yet. I swear, if that would have tipped over and broke. He's gotta be a hell of a cleaner, like to be able to, like, you know, clean a painting like that without ruining it. Let's go and bring this out here. So I have to keep on backtracking. Let's put these back on the table too while we're at it. You know, wine and dine, minus the inn and dine. The main thing that just gets me is, like, again, like, just all the comical amounts of blood you see everywhere. Like more blood than, like, probably, like, you know, human body should actually probably produce, maybe. I don't know, who knows? We're not gonna question it or whatever. Let's not forget Power Wash Simulator. Like, you know, when you go to these spots, like, you know, it's like, how is it possible for something to get this dirty? You know, it's... Alright, now my eyes are kind of like starting to hurt a little bit, but just a little bit longer. At least by all accounts, like, the streams I'll be doing tonight shouldn't be too long. Because Chrono Trigger, I definitely marathon session that one. That went longer than I thought it was going to. But I know, like, Liminal Core is just going to be, like, the new chapter for that, so that really shouldn't be too long to play that. And also, like, you know, I've heard that Night Manor on UFO 50 is probably about, like, maybe, like, 2 hours or so. There you goes. Alright, there's that. And there's that. And there's that. Wait, hold on, there's another that I need to put down too. There's 2 that's. Oh, right, I forgot about this room too. Well, this ain't gonna take too long. There's not a whole lot going on in here. What the hell? Why isn't that cleaning? Alright, let me pick it up and clean. There, that'll get it. That was weird. It was like... You're very particular about not letting it clean. Alright, we got one more, I don't even want to know. What in the heck? It keeps getting weirder and weirder. I feel like the devs, like, you know, previous devs intentionally just, like, did put a bunch of random ass shit here or whatever to make you want, like, just... Not even any, like, you know, thought on, like, you know, not any plot to it or whatever, and, like, not any kind of, like, you know, idea on, like, why they did it. They just put it there just to make you question, like, what's going on. I was like, okay, so y'all explain to me, like, why there's, like, a whiskey bottle, like, you know, with a wash rag on it in bed. Oh, no reason. We just put it there, like, for the lulz. Okay, we're missing a chair. I'm not even gonna ask. And the thing is, I would have been mad as hell, like, if I actually would have spent, like, about 40, like, extended amount of time looking at that thing, knowing it's, like... I'm so glad I found it, because I know I would have been kicking myself, like, later if I couldn't find it. I mean, it probably would have been, like, you know, hilarious for you guys. Like, I was walking back and forth multiple times, just, like, realized it was, like, right above me. It's just, like, the more you look at it, like the worse everything gets. More so when you're not like when you have no idea what all happened here. Hold on, where's my where's the power wire? Oh, there it is. Fudge. Okay. I almost got, well, I can't, like, I gotta take it with me, that's right. But I could just leave it there. Well, I thought about I will use the ozonator in here. Alright. All the furniture's in place, we just gotta, like, clean up the rest of the blood and we're done with this. This could be one of those things, once I clean this up or whatever, it might actually, like, go in and clean up the rest. They might say it's good enough, but I doubt it. There's still, like, a few more splotches over there. Thankfully, we're almost done with this job, Rogues, and I can finally get some sleep after this. There we go. See, I cleaned up the rest over here. Alright. It was a fun little job. It took me a bit to get it going or whatever, but... Okay, throw this over there and just... I'm gonna let... Oh, so close. Damn it. Okay, it's a conspiracy. Y'all just... Fucking balloons. This pickup truck reminds me that I, did get upgrade on the other side. Last time we played, I did get upgrade to the pickup truck and that, so it's gonna be pretty cool to see how that works next time I play. Because I got the pickup truck for me and my friends, but we haven't actually used it on any of the investigations yet. So I got it, but we haven't actually used it yet.
So many signs, no one to care.
Okay. Whew. Seriously, though, Rogues, I'm beat. I'm tired. But I mean, at least I got a lot accomplished tonight. Like I said, getting Chrono Trigger finished. That's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and it's just such a release off my chest and everything, weight off my shoulders. Like finally getting that stream, that series out of the way. That's one reason I was definitely kind of cool with going on in and trying to finish this one up. See, that definitely felt like it was one of the biggest ones we've done so far. I know I had to miss some secrets here, no doubt. Jeez, there was 2 tapes I missed? And both secrets. Whatever. Got the job finished. I can always go back later. Sorry. Alright. Please don't let it be her. Okay.
I knew I could count on you. My daughter always gets into trouble and makes some kind of mess. That's when I come in handy. The greed is dead in the world. But I'm sure you know how daughters are, don't you?
He must think we're the same, but surely we're not. Unlike him, I don't have any other choice. Or do I?
Okay, at least she wasn't in my inbox. Oh my god, you're such a lifesaver. Oh damn. That's just how I imagine she would talk. I mean, I'm just frustrated. I mean, one I'm kind of frustrated about is I said in my Twitch stream, my boss's daughter's annoying. I didn't hear anything from her. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and actually get my upgrades in first, and then we're gonna like check and see like if there's a cutscene. Okay, 11 points here. Got like a lot I can work with. Let's see what we got going on. I've been using the power washer more. Use the detergent power washer. I'd rather use like increased pressure washer strength over time. That'd be nice to have. Before we can continue with that, though, let me see. I'm not really concerned with that. I don't really use the UV lamp too much. Yeah, we need this. Increase the maximum number of combined garbage bags. Okay, so yeah, do that one. I don't really care too much about like, so you carry an additional bucket. All right, so don't really care about the detergents, but we'll do this. But yeah, that's what I needed. I'm trying to like figure out what I like need to work with. All right, so increase duration clean distance by 1 second. We'll do that. I don't really care about like the weekend like overtime thing. All right, we got 2 left. That additional bucket could be handy. I can have like multiple locations. Like if I see like just like multiple spots, I can just keep a bucket over there. So I have to keep on like going back around as much. I think I might get the, you can carry an additional bucket. I don't really care about like those right there. All right, I don't really care about the detergent stuff. All right, but that'd be nice to have. Wait, can I do both of them at once? Okay. You can carry additional bucket, you can carry additional. So that means I can actually like carry like 3 buckets now. That's gonna be awesome. So yeah, that's gonna make things a whole lot better. So yeah, but the trash bag one, I really needed that, so that's gonna be good to have. And did I get sent for the power washer? Yeah, I was gonna get the heating cannon, but I decided not to. I know I really need to start working with that. So I think like once I get the power washer, see that right there is gonna be great. Like I never actually paid attention to that before. Like so that you can carry the pressure washer on your back. That's gonna be awesome. So I really feel like I should start like working on the power washer because that's something that can really help out, like especially with the stuff on the ceiling. So anyways, we're gonna go and like go to sleep here and then IRL, but I'm gonna at least like do this so I can see there's a cutscene. I love how what he's doing with the room right here.
One last touch. Elena, what would you think about your dad if you knew what he did to get it?
I love it. Yeah, it's a massive change to this room. All right, let's see what the mission is. And I'm not gonna be doing it, of course. That'll be like next, like when I come back from my vacation. I'm feeling better. Hi, Dad. I want to let you know I'm starting to feel better. Doctors say the treatment's working. I've been able to get out of bed more often. I even joined in on a group activity today, and it was fun. It felt good to laugh again. I still have to take it easy, but it's nice to see some progress. Can't wait to come home and spend time with you and Dexter. I miss you both every day. Love you. Modern art night. Pedro Rascal. Pedro Pascal. That's hilarious. I believe that after the last VIP event, my art gallery required your cleaning services. We used the entire building, so it might need some work. Lots of people involved. Once you arrive, you'll understand what I mean. This time, not everything went according to plan. I can't risk making any more mistakes. I'm already in trouble with some important people, so I'm hoping you can help me clean up this mess. 10 bodies! Oh my god. I don't even want to know, Rogues. But we're going to know, obviously, next time I play this. So anyways, with that being said, guys, it is 5:30 now. When I started the stream, it was like around 3 a.m. Or was it 3 a.m.? I think it was actually a little bit past. Yeah, it's 2:43 now. I think it was like a bit past. Like it was close to 3 a.m. when I started the stream, and it's almost like 6 o'clock now. So I'm definitely gonna have me some breakfast, even though for me breakfast means like, you know, like I said, popcorn chicken and sweet potato fries. But yeah, you know, I definitely kind of like, you know, got some things, like I definitely spoke on some stuff as far as like my goals as a content creator and everything. I appreciate you guys for listening to me on that. And all that aside, you know, it was just awesome. Like the, you know, new faces that came in tonight. I appreciate you guys as well. Like like I said, obviously I'm exhausted. And it's not just from tonight, but all like the 2 stream nights I've done recently. 2 stream nights and days. A lot of times like as you're running very late, dude, like, you know, getting held up by stuff or things that have been going on. But I'm looking forward to like, you know, being able to actually, you know, get some proper rest starting this weekend. Because again, even like though I moved into a new house, I barely got like much rest because between like the whole process of moving in originally, trying to get stuff situated, literally like, you know, kind of like get my streaming room the way it is now, and in a span of only about 5 days after I moved in, and it was like went from like boxes, pop figures, and everything else like all over the floor, all over the place, to me kind of like actually having something that's, you know, put together here. So between that, trying to get like, you know, just get situated in this house and everything else, I mean, guys, I just really haven't like had like a whole lot of time to actually properly rest. And I hit the ground like, you know, running on streaming, you know, once I got into the new place. Again, a lot of like 2 stream nights, and between going to the gym and so on, yeah, I definitely need me some proper rest. I mean, like the week I took off from streaming to move definitely was an actual, you know, break, you know, like where I actually was able to like, you know, get, you know, rest or whatever. So going out of state for like, you know, a week, starting this Saturday, and just, you know, go and have some good food, go to an amusement park, and maybe go catch a movie with my friends, and also just go around, maybe try to do some pop figure hunting and like look around for like other geeky stuff to bring back and decorate the room with. It's something I'm definitely gonna need, and I'm gonna be relishing in it. So that's one reason I want to make sure I had like plenty of content put out, like, you know, got like, you know, through the majority of the rest of this horror stuff I wanted to do, with the only exception being once I'm done with this is I still need to finish up The Last of Us. But yeah, a break's gonna do me some good, guys. But but that's then. This is now. I still got today and tomorrow to get through, like for the like, you know, 4 more streams. So today, Liminal Core for like chapter 5 of that, to see what, you know, what they brought with like with the latest chapter of it, and UFO 50 for Night Manor. And then tomorrow I got like 2 anomaly detection games I'll be doing between 10 Bells and I believe, what was it called? I keep wanting to say like one more clip or one last clip. I'm pretty sure it's like one last clip. But anyway, it's that one like theater anomaly game that's been like making the rounds. So I'm gonna be playing both of those tomorrow. And I kind of like just feel like, you know, that's pretty much a good way to yeah, one last clip. And it's probably like a good way to kind of like ease into it, because again, after like me doing like the 4-hour Chrono Trigger stream and then kind of doing this kind of like just relax a little bit, and I was tired. Tonight, you know, I know that Liminal Core, that's obviously, even though it's a spooky game, it's a backroom style game. Not really anything as far as like combat or anything, it's just exploration, so that's going to be like more of a laid back experience. And then Night Manor, I think that's only like a 2-hour game in itself. And then the anomaly detection stuff tomorrow should be a little more laid back as well, in regards to nothing really like insanely difficult, like really difficult I'll be doing. It's just like the typical standard fare anomaly detection things. 10 Bells, I think, is supposed to like take place in like a haunted bar or something. And one last clip is like, you know, it's a movie theater style one. So it's gonna be cool like seeing like what those games have to offer, because I've done Dollmare, I've done that one cabin game. I forgot like, you know, what it was called, but the cabin anomaly detection one. I've done that one. I've done like Escape Floor 0. And so it's gonna be, you know, cool like, you know, getting into these two, seeing what they're about. Because 10 Bells was on my wish list for a while, and I finally picked it up recently. And someone suggested like the one last clip one, so I grabbed that too. And I even have like some other ones, like Amber Wolf 17 got me. I think it was a Hangar something. I can't remember, like, it's bad. I think it's like most kind of sleep deprived. It is like, I've got it. Let me actually, I'll go ahead and like close this down and look and see which one it is. Guys, give me a second. Yeah, sorry, my back's a little stiff. Yeah, it was Hangar 8. Yeah, Hangar 8's another one. This is more like a sci-fi one. And then of course there's yeah, Hangar 8, the Exit 8. Like there's a few different particular, you know, anomaly detection games I've got in my library. Like I said, the Exit 8, I think that's like one of the ones that kind of originated like some of it, or one of the more popular ones, Hangar 8, 10 Bells, you know, and then one last clip. One last clip and 10 Bells are ones I'm going to be doing tomorrow. But eventually I do want to get around to the Exit 8, because that's one that I know is like pretty popular. And they even says right here on August 28th they added new anomalies. So gotta get on that one as well eventually too. Oh shit. Jeremy, I didn't even notice that until you said something. Holy hell. Wow. Guys, that's a first. Oh my god. So yeah, y'all just kind of broke me right there a little bit, because that's a record, Rogues. That's the most viewers I've ever had at one time on seriously. I mean, I know like you guys have basically been like I know you guys have been lurking and everything. Obviously, no one's getting called out or anything, of course. Like, I don't even know, like, you know, names of those who are actually in there. It doesn't, like, show any of that. It's just, I got, like, you know, it shows, the, you know, how many people are watching. And normally, like, I have, like, a thing about, like, you know, like, not, like, you know, bringing up, like, the viewer counts or anything. But that time, I'm kind of thankful, because that's a record. I've never had that many viewers on any of my YouTube streams before. So thank you guys for that. Truly, you know, those who tuned in, any of you guys are just like, you know, just lurking, which, you know, obviously that's been a lot of that. Still, wow. Y'all definitely made, like, you know, me kind of like hanging in there and dealing with this sleep deprivation, like, you know, pretty much streaming all night. Y'all definitely made it worth it. Thank you guys so much for that. Jeez. That's yeah, y'all just broke me. But anyways, yeah. That being said, guys, oh yeah, I'm gonna rest, no doubt. I'm gonna be getting some sleep, but I will be live again tonight. Promise you guys, I will be live with the next episode, next stream for Liminal Core. Don't know if it's gonna be my final Liminal Core stream, because I don't know if they're gonna be doing any more chapters. But yeah, Liminal Core, they're gonna be doing that tonight, as well as next episode for well, actually not next episode. I have done stuff for UFO 50 before, but I never actually really sat down and played Night Manor fully. I did like a little bit of a dive into it when I was doing my first look at UFO 50. So I'm going to be definitely kind of enjoying going to that, because I love point and click adventures. Don't really play them a lot on my channel, but Night Manor is definitely going to be fun, because it's like it's a horror focal one. So that's the one I want to kind of do for this whole extended, like, you know, like spooky season thing that I've been doing. But yeah, with that being said, Rogues, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I was gonna try to do a raid, but I'm tired. I know it's like probably like a bad excuse or whatever, but I'm definitely, you know, thing is that normally I would raid, but I'll definitely try to next stream. But anyways, with that said, thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out with me. I mean, hearing me, like, you know, talk about stuff, and also just dealing with the fact I've been a bit sleep deprived, yawning and everything. It's like I said, going live right like 2 a.m. I've never really done that before, and that was like right after doing like a 4+ hour stream for Chrono Trigger to finally finish my series for that. And you know, just like topping this off with, like, you know, 60, you know, having like over 60 people, you know, consecutively, you know, on a stream on YouTube. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, you know, thank you guys for that. I really do, you know, appreciate that, because, you know, there's like anytime anyone else could be live, like streaming, and, you know, you could be like watching them, and anytime like someone comes in, actually gives my content a chance, you know, I definitely appreciate that, because your time could be spent anywhere else, and I know your time's sacred to you, and that's why it's sacred to me. So cliche as it may sound, nonetheless, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and like get on off here and get me some food, watch me some One Piece, and get me a little bit of rest, so I can make sure I'm like good to go, like, you know, to do more content for you guys tonight. And then, you know, of course, like I said, tonight, and then tomorrow, and then afterwards I'll be starting my week-long vacation, like, you know, out of state, you know, on Saturday. So yeah, Liminal Core tonight, as well as more of UFO 50 for me hopefully trying to like play through the entirety of Nightmare. It's like around 2 to 3 hours. I should be able to handle that. And then tomorrow we got we got 2 anomaly detection games with 10 bells as well as one last clip. But anyways, much love, Rogues. Thank you guys for like making this a pretty awesome like several hours. Sleep deprived has been like with me like doing more crime scene cleaner and finally wrapping up my 14 stream series for Chrono Trigger. My first time ever playing that. But that's I love your faces, even those of you who have lurked. That's always okay. Like lurk on my channel. I'm completely lurk friendly. But thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. I've said like about 5 or 6 times now. But yeah, that's what sleep deprivation can do. But you guys be safe. Thank you again for coming out and hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys in the next one tonight. Much love, and I'll catch you soon, Rogues.